got to duck under that tent. You weren't kidding, Nick. Good morning, everybody. Big day in Jersey. I want to thank Destiny. Let me start by thanking you. That was an incredible story. God bless your late brother, and God bless you, and congratulations on your attendance. So impressive. It's your Zen Leaf colleagues, Sunny, Yisha, Izzy, your corporate CEO and COO who are here with us today, Council Mike McQueenie, so many others. Thanks for welcoming us so graciously. Hadi, where'd you go? You're hiding over there. Hadi Batiste, thank you for that introduction and for telling your story and for your service to our nation and for putting a face to our ongoing efforts to enacting equitable and common sense cannabis policy. I'm incredibly honored today to be joined by Senate President Nick Scutari, Speaker Craig Coughlin, Assemblyman Reginald Atkins, Mayor Chris Polwich, members of council, commissioners, other VIPs. I know a lot of New Jerseyans have been waiting for today, including yours truly. And because of that, I will be brief so Destiny and her team here at Zen Leaf can focus on tending to the customers behind me without making things harder on them. This is a moment I'm incredibly proud to see us get to. Getting to today was a cornerstone promise in social and economic justice that I made nearly 6 years ago when I first began seeking this office. Getting to this moment was also the hope of the overwhelming majority of New Jerseyans who supported establishing our legal adult use cannabis marketplace and industry in 2020. But what makes me even more proud is the way in which we got here. I know there are some who expected to vote for legal cannabis on November 3rd, 2020 and be able to purchase it on November 4th. If it only were that simple. The overriding need was for us to make sure that we got this right the first time. It took long hours of working alongside our extraordinary legislative leaders and partners to ensure the statutory backbone for this industry was sound. Again, I thank both the Senate President and Speaker in particular for their leadership. And I want to say to Nick in particular, he's been fighting this fight for 17 years. And we would not be here today, Nick, without you. I had in my own journey a seminal lunch with Nick in 2014, so 8 years ago. We spent 2 hours, and it was then that Nick hooked me on the need, the compelling central rationale to legalize this as it relates to social justice and the fallout from the war on drugs, and Nick in particular, I think. It took many hours, I need not tell the folks who are associated with this, to draft and review proposed industry regulations and to put out applications for those who hope to be part of the adult use marketplace. And in this, I am grateful to the many industry partners and community advocates who have worked with us. While this task could not happen overnight, the overriding need was to ensure our industry can stand as a model for other states in the nation, not just in ensuring racial, social, and economic equity and justice, but in ensuring a viable long-term framework for the industry at large. And Destiny, I share your hope that we have a federal fix to this sooner than later. This task fell to the Cannabis Regulatory Commission, and I want to give them a shout out, led by Chair Diana Huenu, Executive Director Jeff Brown, Commissioners Vice Chair Sam Delgado. Sam was with us. Where are you, Sam? Great to see you, buddy. Charles Barker, Maria Del Cid Casso, and Krista Nash. To be sure, it was not glamorous work. It was hard work. And I'm proud of the Commission's work in particular to ensure that adult use sales would begin in a way that protects the 130,000 New Jerseyans, folks just like Hadi, who rely on marijuana for medicinal purposes. Today's launch of adult use sales is an important milestone. Today is the start of an entirely new industry in our state. But we all must remember that this is not the end of the journey, that this is just the beginning. We still have a long way to go before this industry fully develops. An industry that will create many new good-paying jobs and is projected to exceed more than $2 billion in sales within the next 4 years. And we remain committed to ensuring that the industry grows in a way that reflects the diversity of our state and offers opportunities for any New Jerseyan who wishes to be a part of it. The legal adult use cannabis industry will not only be an engine of our future economic growth, but of our ongoing efforts to ensure economic and social equity and justice, and to undo the decades of damage to our communities from the failed war on drugs. Before I close, I want to give a shout out to the leadership team of our union brothers and sisters, in this case the United Food and Commercial Workers Union Local 60. You guys deserve a big dear friend, President Sam Farino, Organizing Director Hugh Giordano, and Cannabis Director Tom Donahue in particular. God bless you guys, and thank you for everything you do. We are, after all, the quintessential union state. To everyone who has played a part in getting to today, I say not only congratulations, but also thank you, and I also say, let's keep going. With that, it's my honor to bring a guy up again. I said a minute ago, without him, we would not be here today. Please help me welcome Union County Zone, the Senate President, Nick Gutierrez.
Thank you, Governor, and I appreciate that. We wouldn't be here without the Governor, for sure, because first of all, it's my Chief of Staff, Tony Teixeira's birthday today, and I point that out, happy birthday, Tony, because he was at the dinner when I first kind of announced that I was going to legalize marijuana in the state of New Jersey, and that was in probably 2004, my first year as a state senator, and I got laughed at. And that laughing continued for years and years. Until we ended up gathering a bunch of legislators, going out to Colorado and showing them firsthand really what was going on out there. I dragged Steve Sweeney, the Senate President, along with me, and we were fortunate to pick up the Speaker of the Assembly later on as a new Speaker to actually get some momentum on this. But you saw all the fits and starts. This was an impossible task at some point. So congratulations to all of you for getting this done. And to the people of the state of New Jersey, which we needed to go to get their vote. And even after we passed it by a 2/3 margin, we still couldn't get it passed for months and months. And then 3 weeks ago, we couldn't get the licenses going. So you see how hard this process has been. And that's why I have been so hard on the process for the last few months, just because we're right here, we're at the precipice. So sitting here today, after this journey, don't expect me to take on any more of these issues. So I don't have another 17 years in me. But it really is a momentous day. I wasn't sure we'd ever get here, but I appreciate that we are, and I want to thank the Governor for his support. And that's true, the first lunch I ever had with the Governor when he was still a candidate, I brought it up because I wanted to know where he was on it, because if he wasn't going to be in favor of it, it's going to be hard to support him. And at that point, he wasn't there yet, but he did come around to it and then became our #1 cheerleader. So Governor, thank you. Without you, we wouldn't be here. So thank you. But to the people of New Jersey, the end is near for what has happened to a nation. Not just the stigma, but the ruining of lives, the destruction of an economy, the stopping of careers and lives before they ever got started. And that was the reason that I ever did this in the first place, just because the insanity and the stupidity of I always thought about with the war on drugs. It was an absolute misstep of the 70s and 80s, and people in my age group still can't really come to grips that marijuana is legal today. They can't come to grips with it. It's going to happen, though. It's going to take time, just like alcohol did when Prohibition ended with respect to that. But today is a momentous and historic day. I couldn't be thrilled more to be here, right here in Elizabeth, with the mayor of Elizabeth, my good friend, allowing this place to site his town. Not all mayors are doing this, so Mayor, thank you for that. Appreciate your... And I really think that the towns that are not are really going to miss out. They're going to be sorry that they didn't as time goes on. So with that, I don't want to take up too much time. Thanks so much for being here. Congratulations to everybody, and let me have a little history in today's New Jersey. Thank you, everybody.
Jack, thank you for your gracious words and for your leading this charge for 17, maybe even 18 years. And we're here at long last. It takes a village, and in this case it took, as Nick said, over 2/3 of New Jerseyans to vote for this, and then it took both chambers of our legislature working with our team and the Cannabis Commission to get to today. And we couldn't have better leaders in both of these chambers. Please help me welcome the Speaker of the General Assembly, Craig Kaufman.
I have the duck. Thanks, everybody. Thanks, everybody, for coming out. What a great day this is for New Jersey. What an exciting time it is. And thanks to our friends at Zenly for hosting us today. You can see what, the excitement that you can feel it as you walk by the line. You talk to people who've been here since early this morning. Talked to Sonny, told me the first person he saw was at 6:15 this morning. So it's been really a great time. And think of how brisk business will be when we all get the hell out of here and stop taking up half of the parking places. So congratulations to everybody who made this possible. It's great to be here with the governor and with Senator Scutari, to my legislative colleagues. You'll hear from Reverend Atkins in just a minute or two. This has been a process that has taken a very, very long time. I began long after Senator Scutari, Senate President Scutari, back in 2018 when I became the speaker, and you heard the senator allude to the fact that there was a trip to Colorado, and I went on that, and I was, like most of us, with an open mind and some skepticism. And in the process of doing that, I met with business administrators from communities outside of Denver. I met with pediatric emergency room doctors, police, government officials, and became convinced that this was the right thing to do for New Jersey. And today, it all comes to fruition. And so I see today the things that I believe were going to be true way back when. Now, as the Senate President talked about, this has been an arduous task. That doesn't just happen. It's the product of an awful lot of hard work, a lot of compromise, a lot of challenges and hills to climb. But because all of you who know and are familiar with the legislative process, you know it's hard to do. But with the incredible leadership and the vision of the now Senate President Scutari, we've shouldered through that process, and it wouldn't have happened, of course, without the steadfast support of the governor, who made it a priority to get this done. And because of that, New Jersey's in the foreground. And we did it in the right way. I think our bill is a model for the rest of the country. It is thoughtful, it's thorough, it includes any number of aspects, and mostly it addresses some of the things that are really at the heart of our New Jersey values. Things like equity, things like making sure that regular New Jerseyans, not just big corporations, have the opportunity to succeed. And so there are things like conditional licenses. There's an excise tax which dedicates the funds to things that are important to addressing the needs of New Jersey and the communities that were adversely affected, particularly by the war on drugs that the governor noted was so failed. So today we mark the start of a new industry. Let's not ignore that. It's not just a seismic shift in public policy relative to the use of cannabis. It's also the beginning of a new industry. I talked to Sonny told me I think there's 25 employees here and 40 more are on the way. That's the kind of economic growth that we knew would come from this kind of facility. So for all of us, this is an exciting day. For all of us, this is a good day for New Jersey, and it's a real success story. So thank you all for coming out. Thank you all for being a part of it. Let me be a small part of it as well. Have a great day, everybody. Thank you.
Getting to today was difficult, as we've all spoken. Getting under that tent is probably the most difficult part of Craig, thank you, and thank you for your leadership. Could not have better partners in government than the Senate President and Speaker. Last but not least, importantly, also a Union County guy, a great new face in the Assembly. Please help me welcome Reverend Reginald Atkins. Come on down.
I was going to have baptism over there. Thank you so very much to our governor and to our Senate President Nick Scutari and to our Assembly Speaker Craig Coughlin. And we want to welcome you to the 20th Legislative District here in the state of New Jersey, where our Senator is Joseph Cryan and my running mate is Annette Kiana. So happy to be in a city that embraces change, and that's under the leadership of Mayor Chris Bowledge. So let's give them a big round of applause. So I'm just coming to the Assembly, and what I realize is that potential because we have great leaders such as our Senate President who championed this particular piece of legislation. Today marks a millstone for our leadership and also for the people of the state of New Jersey. It marks not only a millstone, but it marks a true journey that we can do it if we stick together and just continue to move forward. So thank you very much to our governor, thank you very much to our Senate President, and thank you to our speaker who got everybody together to make sure that this happened. I'm not for sure if you went in or not, but it looks good in there. I'm not going to tell you what it smells like. Thank you. I can't say that. But it looks good, and I'm very, very excited. With this particular industry, there will be job growth. We're literally looking at a little over $2 billion coming to the state of New Jersey. Innovative. That's the type of leadership that we have here in the state of New Jersey. It's an investment of opportunities for people to get into. It's also going to increase our tax revenue that will propel our state economy to move forward. So once again, I'm so grateful to be a part of this group, and I'm happy that we're moving New Jersey forward in such a manner. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Reginald. As they say in Hollywood, it's a wrap. I want to thank Destiny. Good luck to you. Hadi, likewise, and thank you for your service to our nation. Senate President, Speaker, Assemblyman, Mayor, members of UFCW, to the Zen Leaf team, Sonny, you and your colleagues, to the corporate partners who are here, to each and every one of you. Big shout out to the city of Elizabeth and Union County. Big day in New Jersey. Take care, everybody.